Hello everyone. Max Weber is one among the great sociologists of the 20th century. This video explains some of his major contributions to the subject sociology. The major topics dealing in this video are Weber's theory of ideal types, theory of bureaucracy, and Weber's theory of religion. We'll move on with the first contribution, and that is Weber's theory of ideal type. Before explaining the meaning of the concept ideal type, I would like to explain the reason behind the emergence of the concept of ideal type. During the 19th century, the philosophers felt that scientific method could not be used for studying cultural subjects. The main argument was that social phenomena are unique and do not allow generalizations. Unique in the sense, the social phenomena like human beings' activities, human beings' behavior, it is different from one person to another. It differs widely from one community to another. It may also vary from time to time. So the social phenomena are unique. So the studies conducting among human behavior or among society cannot be generalized. That was the main argument given by the philosophers during the 19th century. But Weber did not accept this view. He had the opinion that the scientific categories could be used in the field of human studies or cultural objects. For that purpose, for the purpose of studying human activities and cultural objects through scientific method, Weber offered a set of operational definitions and constructed concepts such as ideal type. Weber set operational definitions and created new concepts for the scientific study, and that concept is known as ideal type. An ideal type is an analytical construct that serves the investigator as a measuring rod to ascertain similarities as well as deviations in concrete cases. For example, the word democracy. It is an ideal type concept. The word democracy is an ideal type concept. The investigator used the term democracy to measure the present situation. He can find out the similarities and deviations in a society based on the meaning and characteristics of the term democracy. He can find out what level of democracy is practiced in a particular society. So ideal type is one of the method of comparative study. Weber used ideal types as measuring rod to find out similarities and differences in the actual phenomena. Next, we shall move on with the characteristics of ideal types. Ideal types are mental constructs or subjective in nature. Ideal types state a logical extreme. They depend on our capacity for comprehension and imagination. For example, perfect health, perfect religion, democracy, etc. It means ideal types are mental constructs which are ideal in the logical sense. The next characteristic is they do not exactly correspond to the reality. Not all characteristics will always present in the real world, but any particular situation may be understood by comparing it with ideal type. For example, the term perfect health or positive health, it means perfect functioning of the body and mind. Perfect health means complete physical, mental and social well-being. But it cannot become a reality because man will not be perfectly adapted to his environment. So, the term ideal type or the concept ideal type may not have all its characteristics in the real world. Okay, but any particular situation may be understood by comparing it with ideal type. The next characteristic is it can be used as theoretical tools. Ideal type the function of the ideal type is the comparison with reality to understand and explain them. It is not used as an instrument to denote statistical average. Ideal type is not a description of those factors or laws which are thought to be found on the average. For example, honesty is an ideal type concept. Honesty does not indicate the average behavior of all the honest people that the society has witnessed. It does not indicate anything that is normatively desirable. Ideal types have no connection with value judgments. For example, the term capitalism. Ideal type as a concept, the capitalism, it does not say that whether capitalism is good or bad, whether it's right or wrong. it is just giving the meaning and characteristics of the term capitalism. So ideal type is not doing any kind of value judgments. It is not hypothesis. The question of proving or disproving and establishing laws does not arise here. Ideal types do not provide an account of an entire social configuration. Ideal types can be constructed about any specific configuration. It is not necessary that the concept should be based on the entire social configuration. It can also be created based on our own society, our own community, our own geographical area also. It can be based on any specific configuration also. It is not rigid and fixed things. They are changeable and subject to consideration from time to time. The next contribution by Max Weber to the subject sociology is the theory of bureaucracy. The term bureaucracy has its origin from the French word bureau, which means desk. It means a government which runs from table is called a bureaucratic government. Bureaucracy is a system of administration. He defined bureaucracy as a type of hierarchical organization which is designed rationally to coordinate the work of many individuals in pursuit of large-scale administrative tasks. The operation of modern large-scale enterprises or organizations in the political, administrative, and economic fields would be impossible without bureaucracy. The large-scale organization need bureaucratic coordination of activities for its smooth functioning. It is an instrument for goal attainment of any organization. Bureaucracy can be used in large-scale formal organizations of the modern society with specialized functions. Some of his characteristics, the characteristics of bureaucracy are, the first one, to have fixed official jurisdiction area. Bureaucracies normally have their own official fixed jurisdiction. There are clear-cut written rules governing each status. Hierarchy of authority. Bureaucracy has its own hierarchy of statuses. There is the supervision of the lower officers by the higher ones. Clear-cut division of labor. The entire task of the bureaucratic system is governed by a division of labor. Who should do what work or who should shoulder what responsibility is decided by the system. Appointment based on eligibility. Bureaucracy has its own system of selecting employees. It gives promotions based on seniority, technical competence, specialized knowledge or skill, etc. It has fixed salary, allowance and pension. Office and maintenance of files. Bureaucracy as an organization functions through an office wherein all the matters and transactions relating to its area of operation are maintained in the form of files. Appointment of officials on full-time and long-term service basis. Appointment is normally the position of the bureaucrat is held for life as specified by the contract or order. The selection is made by the higher officials, not by election. The difference between private matter and official issues. The officials of the bureaucracy are expected to make a clear distinction between the official issues and pure private or personal matters. Supervision of work by higher officials. Officials of the bureaucracy are expected to work according to the written rules. Systematization of official relations with officials. The officials of bureaucracy maintain contact and communication among themselves in a particular way. Orders and communication among them always proceed through proper channels, through official channels. Political neutrality. Officials of bureaucracy are expected to be very objective in the official discharge of business. They are expected to be politically neutral in their dealings. Guidance by past procedures. Bureaucrats are mostly guided by the past procedures. The next contribution given by Max Weber to the subject sociology is Weber's theory of religion. It is also known as the theory of religion is also known as sociology of religion. Weber found there is a close relationship between the religious beliefs of the people and their economic activities. His concept of religion is more ethical than theological. Religion is a vital influence in everyday life. Weber was very much fascinated by the growth of modern capitalism. He found a relation between modern capitalism and religion. The two main propositions of Weber based on religion is that the religious outlook of the people can help one to understand the behavior of individuals and groups, including their economic behavior. It means one can find out the individual behavior, the group behavior, and the economic behavior of a society based on the religious outlook that the people uphold in that society. The second proposition is that religious conceptions are actually a determinant of economic behavior, hence one of the causes of economic changes. So the religious conceptions or the religion that upheld by the people or the community people in a society, it determines the economic behavior of that particular community. And it is also the reason for the economic changes that happens in that society. So these are the main propositions of Weber based on the religion. He established a correlation between the Protestant ethic and the development of modern capitalism in Europe. Weber identified the following values in Protestantism which were in harmony with the spirit of capitalism. And the values are, the first one, changed attitude towards work. Protestantism considers work as a kind of virtue. Hard work contributes to the glory of God. So Protestantism believes that hard work contributes to the glory of God. And that is the attitude of the Protestant people towards that work, towards their job. The second value is that the concept of calling. Here calling means job or vocation. In order to achieve salvation, every individual must pursue a calling, a job or vocation, and must engage himself in hard work and become successful. Those who become successful in their enterprises are marked for salvation. Wealth is to be used for productive purposes. The ethic insists on strict moral life. It says that the acquired wealth and profit are not meant for enjoyment but for further production of wealth. Strictures on alcoholism. The ethic prohibits the consumption of alcohol. Extravagance and merriment are discouraged. Saving and investment are encouraged. Encouragement to literacy and learning. This stress on literacy helped mass education among the Protestants. So when people are getting higher education, the best education, they will be getting good job. Rejection of holidays. Work is important to achieve the glory of God. Hence, time should not be wasted under the pretext of observing holidays. New attitude towards the collection of interest on loan. The ethic permits the collection of interest on loans, for it multiplies capital and encourages new investment. Honesty in one's calling. Calling means job. One must be true to oneself in one's business or work or profession. God always supports and selects the honest ones for His kingdom and not the dishonest ones. So these are the major values in Protestantism which were in harmony with the spirit of capitalism.